I mean by that? We actually do have some research to help us in guiding us in our selection of technology as intervention. So what do we know? We do know, based on research, that evidence-based classroom instruction, student assessments with the classroom focus, universal screening of academics and behavior, and continuous progress monitoring of students all together make instructional practices effective. So all of those 4 things are needed to make effective instructional practices. We also know that the areas considered effective practices by those in the educational field are, they give us 3, there are many more, but these 3 are kind of the focus. Graphic organizers, strategic and procedural support for writing, and explicit instruction. So when we're looking at technology, we're looking to see if they have those 4 things or these 3 things available. So now let's look at effective instruction for students with disabilities. In a narrative review done by Vaughan, Gersten, and Shard, findings were summarized that show, based on research, effective instruction for students with mild disabilities, and they were looking primarily at students with learning disabilities, and their findings showed some key points. First, a key underlying feature of effective instruction of students with disabilities is making instruction visible and explicit. Next, students with mild disabilities need systematic, explicit instruction in basic fundamental elements of reading and writing. That includes sounding out words and spelling. Unless students master the basic skills, they are unlikely to become fluent readers or creative writers. And then the third, moderating the level of task difficulty is linked to achievement. Higher rates of success seem to lead to higher achievement for students with mild disabilities. And that's pretty much saying what we already know. When we make things individualized for kids, when we make sure it's at their level of task, their level of ability of achieving, it's more successful. And it also tells us that, you know, those effective instructions, obviously we're going to have the visual in there, and we need that explicit, direct instruction. And we need to have instruction on the basic, the fundamentals, reading and writing. So this is an example. These are a few of my favorite sites to get graphs from. Graph Jam is a really good one. People who find you on Facebook. High school people you hated, college people you hated, work colleagues you hated, and actual friends. It just has a lot of funny graphs that kids can read. I like it. The other one for graphs, again, from Graph Jam, this is the likelihood of a computer issue being solved by reconfiguring something versus turning it off and on again. You can create your own graphs from Graph Jam, but there are also just random graphs there that are quite funny. And I was using this to pretty much show you that pictures are worth so much, especially to our kids with learning disabilities. I also wanted to talk to you about how research shows that when a child is just learning to talk, and this is any child developmentally, he or she needs to hear a word at least 500 times before it's part of their vocabulary. So repetition's been proven to be important in all ages.